I want to tell you a story about crisis, communication, leadership, and instinct. Due to economic hardship, my mother moved my brothers and me into a low-income housing project in Mobile, Alabama when we were younger. The rent and utilities were less expensive for her income that she had at that time on her job. The project had a bad reputation. However, we had to do what we had to do at the time. My mother told us, "You're in the projects, but the projects won't be in you." So she continued to take us to church, and we had prayer and Bible study in our home. She worked evenings as a nurse's aide in a nursing home, and she got off late nights. One day, very shortly after we moved into the neighborhood, my younger brother and I took a bucket down to this creek that ran behind a community center in the neighborhood. They called it the Rec, short for Recreation Center. We were going to go to the creek to get some minnows for our turtles. The grass was tall, and we slid down the side of the creek, down to the water, and stood on the edge of the rocks to dip those little silver minnows. When suddenly we looked up on the sidewalk above the creek and saw about 7 to 10 boys looking down at us, and they were talking to one another. They started to come down toward the creek. I looked over to my younger brother and told him to start coming up out of the creek toward the sidewalk, when suddenly I realized they were going to try to jump us. I quickly looked at my younger brother and said, "Run!" One of the guys lunged toward me. I hit him in the face so that the focus was on me. There was only 2 ways to go, either straight up the sidewalk or around the wreck through the grass. I turned and ran straight. My younger brother went around the building through the grass. We met back up on the other side down the street. I asked him if he was okay. He said yes, and we ran back home another way. We were new in the neighborhood. What I realized years later when my younger brother and I discussed this event was that the key to dealing with a crisis is clear communication, proven leadership and trustworthiness, and instinct to follow directions without having a lot of explanation. The test revealed to me that my younger brother had grown up enough to learn to trust my leadership, and I had proven to him that I had his best interests at heart, even when it seemed like he was on his own. And he had the survival instinct to take a clear but brief instruction and stay alive even during a crisis. This was key to survival in that neighborhood and in life. My book series, Living Proverbs, helps to give you tools to make the right decision, even during times of crisis. As you renew your mind to wisdom, you will be prepared for any situation in life. Get your copy of the book, Distinguished Wisdom Presents Living Proverbs, Volume 1. Over 500 wisdom nuggets to enrich your life. Available now on Amazon.com. I'm Pastor Terrance Turner.